Well, hello. How are we doing, folks? How? Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right? Somebody say yo. I am going to bring this over farther. Excuse the camera shaking. You can hear me all right. Yo, there's Amy Joe. We can hear you, says Plywood. Awesome. How you guys doing? Great to see you guys all come back. Much love and all the good stuff. Hello, Plywood. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming back. Truly, truly appreciate all the repeat visitors. How's the tribe all doing today? Hello, Spike. How you doing, brother? Great to see you, man. Woo! So maybe I should have went landscape with this, but I thought when it's the drawing, it might work better with the drawing table. But who the frick knows? We're gonna go with it this way today, guys. We're going with it this way. Hey, brother. Hey, Darren. How you doing? Holy smokes! Good to see you there. Dad Cars is here. Plywood is here. Spike. Yes, Darren's here. My brother's here. Hello, Matthew. Dad. We got Grumpy. Grumpy, you're driving. You're driving, so you be careful. And yes, we're going to play with this drawing today, guys. And just do some talking while I do it. This is the beginning of the new logo that I'm trying to design for Kindred Spirits. Now, this is my rough idea, okay? So it's going to be that type of font, and I just wanted to make the K into the wood spirit. Yes, please hit like. Everybody is, yeah, you guys all chat and hit that like. So this was my idea, my first idea, and I was and I was thinking about it. And then I was thinking, well, I could just throw this up on the projector and just go with it and make it nicer. But something was missing here, right? Something was missing. And so I've been thinking about it. And I thought, I want this withered old wood spirit to look down at a little tiny mushroom entity. You know, like he's his protector or something, or just, you know, they're just friends. They're chilling. So I'm going to try and put a little face on the mushroom. If the face don't work out, it could just be a mushroom, right? And then it coming out from here, I didn't think drawing in with the ruler and stuff with the, that would be so much fun on the live. So I'm going to stick with this part here and then just BS and whatnot while we do it and have some fun. So I'll let everybody get settled. Does that come across as a K? Well, I guess when the words come out, it'll look better. But I hope that, you know, my idea, like one part of the K is the mustachy tree part, and then the ear is the other part of the K. Is that an all right idea? Electric Whittler is here. Hey, brother. How you doing? Great to see you. Thank you for coming back, Josh. Amy Jo says, yes, looks wicked. Awesome. Thank you. Because this came out of me yesterday. And I had like, once I had the little epiphany about the ear and that, and then I went on and I was referencing and looking, and then I went on to Midjourney and typed in my ideas and got a couple pictures of that so I could have a little bit of a little bit of reference and a little bit of help that way. I've been finding that all of these new, I'm going to address this because there are people that talk about this. All of these new tools for image generating and stuff, it's no different than back when we were just using Google Images, right? Except with Google Images, you had to do more scrolling to find exactly what you wanted. And this is just a more precise way of, you know, getting some reference material. I'll never go on and say, look at my art. And when I made it with a prompt from Midjourney, because that's not my art, it's my idea, but it's Midjourney's art, right? So I just wanted to say that I do use things like that for reference, but yeah, don't be afraid of it. But there are a lot of things about AI that are very, very scary, and of course, man always has to dabble in the crap that hurts us. I don't know why, make it bad. But what, anyways, you got my point. Hello, Dilemma. How you doing, DIY Dilemma? I draw like crap, says the Woodworker's Dilemma. Well, sir, you make a lot of amazing things, so don't you worry about that. Electric Whittler says, thank you for your confidence, Amy Jo. But if you saw my past attempts, there would be definitely no doubts. Okay, you guys are chatting so I'll just keep talking about this and my idea with that. So yesterday I got this idea about doing the two parts of the face and using the ear, and I ran up here and I got her down this much anyways. And so we're just going to continue on about that. So how's everybody doing? Hey, I wanted to kind of mention, just 1 second. I heard that there may be a birthday girl in the house. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? Well, hit the like button. And also, I'd like to say, happy birthday, Amy Jo, one of the most talented people I know. Happy birthday, she can draw and paint just like a star. You don't know how talented you really are, and then carve it into a piece of wood. I'm telling you folks, this lady is good. With Jamie by her side, yeah, he's her boo. There ain't nothing in this world these two kids can't do. Happy birthday, Amy Jo. Oh! There you go, Amy Jo. Yeah, I had to remember. I knew I wrote that song for you a couple birthdays ago, eh? Robert C. Peters in the house. You just missed the Amy Jo song. Yeah, I wrote that a couple birthdays back. Yeah, you're welcome. I know you like it when I do the little ditties with the guitar. Love you, sister. So yeah, that's cool. And also, it's Chris Carberry's birthday. Maybe some of you guys know him from the Kindred Woodcarvers on Facebook. He is one heck of a carver. And it's Chris's birthday today too. I saw that on the Facebook. So guys, yeah, you might be able to see some ghost lines in there. When I draw, even when I want it to be the good copy, when I'm intending it to be the good copy, I do a lot of erasing, and I'm not afraid to show it. It's just how I go. And what I've been trying really hard to do is not press as hard when I'm putting out my designs and stuff, when I'm just laying things out, because traditionally I would put my first lines in really hard and be really confident, and then you leave the indent in the paper, and I'm having a hard time getting at this hump here. Let me get there. Yeah, and then once you've damaged the paper, it's hard to. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a little bit of a delay, so I'm trying to watch it through the corner of my eye there, but I think it's okay. When I do get a good look of it on camera, I'm finding that it's a really good way to check for like symmetry and stuff. I just started noticing it doing the carving, and then I'd take a quick sneak peek, and then it's like, oh, okay, I know I'm wonky there and there. So it's been neat. It's been neat, like looking at the computer while I'm doing stuff. Amy Doe says, I love it when you sing. Thank you. Yes, happy birthday, Chris. Thank you, Electric Whittler. Hello, Reinpert. I just subbed your channel, says Matthew. Yep, give Robert C. Peters the love, guys. He's a really good carver. He's learning, and he's not afraid of anything. He'll try her. You're only 35 once, Amy Jo, so enjoy it, says Spike. Yeah. Hey, I think she looks that, if not younger, man. Way younger. It's she's blessed in that department, let me tell you. Good to see you with a wrench sister, yeah. Looks like we got Amy Jo on the mod squad. So don't be pissing around, you guys. Amy Jo's got a badge now. Well, she's a trusted friend, and being her birthday and all, I thought, yeah, it is time. It is time. So I wonder what have you guys been up to? I know that I know Jordy did another little sub challenge that I'm not perfectly sure has something to do with carving a Just Carve Rob, but I haven't. I got to catch up with majority videos, and I did say I saw today that Jordy just did a shout out video for Spike. So everybody, I know you probably already know from Jordy's video, but we got a rally for Spike. Spike says the Little Rob. Yeah, the Little Rob challenge. I got to get caught up on that. But what I wanted to say is Spike's doing a rally to raise funds for a wheelchair. An upgraded he really needs this wheelchair to get him back into the world and back out into the forest where he belongs with nature, and get back into Gaia's vibe, man. And I want nothing more. I want nothing more than for Spike to get that. And so if you guys didn't know, my Facebook, I have it on my profile, and I'm going to keep sharing it. But I can send the link to anybody who's interested. Spike can do the same. But we got to get that word out. We got to rally for Spike, man, because you deserve it, Spike. And you're a brother, and we need to get you that. We need to get you that. And he says, can't thank everyone for their donations already. And that's going to be from Two Brothers, One Vision as well. I have some set aside. I'm hoping for 200 Canadian, and then maybe with my next checks coming, because it's the campaign goes until they reach their number. So I'm even considering, just budgeting in a little bit out of each month for the next, until we get there, man. We got to get there. And it's no worries, Spike. You don't have to thank me, man. You deserve it, and we're going to get you there. You're not alone. You are not alone. But yeah, Jordy has a new video laying it all out. I'm going to make a special YouTube video getting the word out again, because you just never know. You never know when you're going to, that one person may be watching, and especially with these lives, right? You just never know who's going to be watching. And I thought today too, because I wanted to bring it up, that if I did this in vertical, we'd get a lot more eyes on it. We need to get you that. We will get you that, Spike. And what else is in the news here, in the good news? Yeah, I haven't been. Well, I didn't check much of my Facebook today, because I get all wound up when it gets time for doing these. Get all wound up, and then I got to go through my routine, right? Because I have to do my ohms and get myself centered that way. And that takes a little bit. I do my yoga stretches, and that's a 20-minute thing that I found on YouTube that I do, and it really helps my pain. It's just a brief thing, because it's weird with pain. It seeps back like if you were to push away an invasive liquid out of somewhere, but it continues to flood. It comes back, it seeps back, right? So unfortunately it didn't cure me, but frick, it gives me a little bit of relief, right? So for 20 minutes, heck, why not? So I do my yoga. I don't do it every day, because I tried to do that, and I found that doing it every day, I was actually hurting myself a bit. And so it doesn't take much, right, when you're dealing with back injuries, to frick yourself. But anyways, I found this little routine, and I do that. So I do my ohms, get centered that way. I do my little yoga routine, and then I walk through the studio here or in the creation station out back, and I smudge. And some might think that's funny, but it ain't. It frickin' works. And it's really, really good for getting your environment chill. And if there are any oogly booglies, you kick them the heck out. And people have been doing it for thousands of years. People don't do things for thousands of years if the things aren't warranted, right? How's that looking in YouTube land? Okay, my lines are... So I want the lines to be able to pop so you guys can see them. See everything, right? And the thing with logo design... Who we got? Casey's in the house. Hello, Casey. Cool fish carving, Amy Joe, says Steve. Hey, Steve. Steve Ince. I finally know how to say his name. Hello, Steve. Thank you for coming back, brother. Kindred spirit. Steve Ince. It's like mints. Hey, Bear and Boss Lady is here. And Steve is an amazing carver. And he's from the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers. And it's like mints, but without the M. So it's INZCE. But anyways, it's Ince. It's like mints, but without the M. So Steve Ince is in the house. Bear and Boss Lady, we got Matthews there. Sorry, guys, if I've missed you. I'm just kind of... I'm a rambling. I'm a jambling. So I was thinking this to go up and kind of have some twists in the wood here. Maybe I gotta like kind of... I'm ducking underneath this thing. I should have kind of went higher. I still could. Because I'm kind of ducking, but I'll just keep going. But yeah, I want this to have some twist lines in it. And then I'm thinking maybe I might go right here with a little tiny bit of a knot. Just to show that it's wood. Oh yeah, I know this. Sorry. I keep, I get an idea and I want to say it and then something else pops up. Sorry. When you do logo design, I can't go full out shaders, right? Because I want to. Believe me, I want to go at this with this like you wouldn't believe. Because that's the world. That's when I get everything is black and I'm like freaking just go at it, right? Bring that thing to life with the shading, because that's the magic. But when you're doing logo design, like I don't know exactly how this will, if it'll be color, and if it is color, if we do add color, then you can't have all this shading, because the shading like mucks with it when you digitize it and add stuff. So I have to be really, really careful when it comes to shading and what I'm going to do that way. So for now, I'm just going to draw it as best I can on there to the point where I can't really add any more, where it starts to become funky and mucky, whatever the word I'm trying to say is. And when I did Jordy's logo, we got it to the point where I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. And it was finalized, because he changed things lots on me. But God love you. When you're doing your logo, man, this is, that's your stamp on things. You have to get it right. And so when I finally got it to the point where it was like where he was happy, we took a whole bunch of pictures in like the best light I could, and they were like the finalized pictures. And then after that, after they were done, and I knew that those pictures were good enough for the guy, because I was talking like on the side with the computer dude, and once he said it was good to go, I just went at it, man, with the shading, and I filled that. And then you guys, I don't know if you've seen that, it's an older video, but it's Jordy's Vision, I believe that it's called. and it's in my shout out album for all my tribe people. And yeah, it's the whole process of my drawing Jordy's thing. So what I'm trying to say is that once I get to this point where it's all drawn, I can take all those pictures, get it ready so that we do whatever we want with it, and then I will go back in here with the shaders, and oh my goodness, that's when he really, really comes to life. But for now, you'll see. You'll be able to see him come. And like I've mentioned before to folks, having drawn my whole life, it sure made it easier, right? When it was time to learn to start carving. I tell ya, the more that you can doodle and stuff, the better it's going to benefit you in your carving. If you've ever wanted to learn more about wood carving. And I know it's, lots of people will say, oh, I can't draw, I can barely draw a stick man. Well, even drawing a stick man is a good way to like get form figured out and stuff. Because every drawing starts, as a stick man, so to speak. I'm just going to give a nice rounder transition there. Let me read on Robert, Chris, how you doing? Oh, Christopher Creations. Thank you for coming, brother. I love watching Wowwy'z drawing, so inspiring. Hey, man, I appreciate you. I know you like to see a little drawing here and there. See you, Robert. Keep shining, brother. Thank you for popping in at work all the time. I really appreciate it. I know you're not supposed to. I know you're not supposed to, but you do. Do it to it, Robert. Have a great day, sir. Wait. No. That might be a little bit better there. A little bit better than right there. So, what we got? 14 people so far. 16 likes. Come on, guys. Jump on ya. Jump on ya. Christopher's Creation says, Chakota, Oklahoma, hometown of Carrie Underwood. Amy Jo says, I'm from Holdenville, Oklahoma. Live in Colorado now. It's cool to find people that are our neighbors or were neighbors. Christopher's Creations. It's kind of funny that you pop in there, sir, because you definitely were on my mind. You've been on my mind and Darren's mind. I hope Darren's still here. He might have took off because he don't like it when I yell. First thing he usually says when we get on these live screens is stop yelling at us. Smash that like button. Thank you, Woodworker's Dilemma. So this, I was just boxing up and getting this ready to send. As you can see, it's a piece of beach glass, and it was this parts were glass stoppers, antique glass stoppers, and then my brother, he wrapped that with recycled copper wire and capped it, and that's going to be sent off to Christopher's Creations. That's pretty neat, eh, guys? My brother's special way of when chaos becomes beauty. That's what that is. Because there's no set method or, pattern to follow. It's just chaos, and if you fill it up slowly, and there is a method about the way you knot and the way you just go, like he taught me that, but you can't like write it out in a book. Hey, this is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I just don't work that way. And this is one of the very, very special pieces of our beach glass collection. And after some discussion with Mr. Christopher's there. That's going to go live with him now. It just so happened that I had a box anyways that's going. And so I'm going to slip that in there. And usually we don't sell stuff that's like the one-of-a-kind things that are meaningful to us. We don't sell much of that from our Two Brothers One Vision because it's, well, like I said, it's a piece of, usually it's like a piece of 100-year-old antique glass that's been rolled in the ocean like a rock tumbler naturally, and then it comes back up onto the beach, and we go out in there, we pick the beach glass, and yeah, you got that one piece, and then you decide that you're going to put all the time into wrapping it and capping it like that. By the time you're done, man, there's a lot that goes into those pieces, man. And Christopher's Creations, he's been learning to do it just by following along on the Two Brothers One Vision work that I've shared on here. And he's making his own, like capping crystals, and they're hanging by like copper chains that he's making by himself out of recycled copper, just like Two Brothers One Vision. And it's just freaking amazing, man. And I'm really, really proud. I'm proud of Darren, and I'm proud of you, man, for wanting to learn. And it's just, I don't know, the biggest reason why I do but the YouTube channel is because of, you know, being able to help people and inspire people. And when people say, hey, I saw you do this, it made me know that I could do it too, or it gave me the idea of trying, and now I can do that too. And when people come to, that's the most rewarding thing. That's the thing I'm trying to say here, guys, is when that happens, there's just something so special about that. And yeah, I don't care, you know, I hopefully one day make a little money to help with the groceries and all the rising costs of stuff. But if I can inspire somebody on this channel, man, that's like lighting a fire like no other, you know. And then seeing them go and do their own things with that, it brings tears to my eyes. And I showed Darren some of the pictures of your work, man, and he was really, 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 really impressed and touched by that, man. And so I just want to thank you, brother. I want to thank you. And that's why we decided that you get that piece. Sorry, that's what my whole ramble was about. So you see, guys, I decided there's a good spot for a nice little knot, right? You know how those do like that on the branch humps or whatever. So that's what I'm doing there. Just making a weird little, with some weird lines there, you know. Nothing has to be, like we were mentioning, Amy Jo, when you're doing stuff that comes from nature, nothing has to be prim and proper. Nothing has to be perfect, right? Because there are no, you know, there's a saying, there are no right angles in nature. And sometimes there are the odd one-offs, and you'll see something weird, but it's basically the truth is very few right angles in nature, man. So you can just, if you're going rustic, just go for it. Just go for it. Don't worry about being prim and proper. Right, Amy Jo? All right. How we doing? I'm just going to check on the chat here. Matt Carves is here. G'day. G'day, mate. Later, Matt. Oh, are you going, Perry? Sorry. Or you just joined? Oh, okay. Yeah, Matt just got here. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Matt says, cool drawing, Larry. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Matt Carves is an amazing carver, guys. Check out his, well, I'm sure you guys are all subs, but if you're not, go to Matt Carves. You learn. Just by watching this man, you will learn a lot. Thank you for popping by. Hey, Perry, thank you for coming. I always appreciate you. Greg Davis, new friend. Met him over at Creation Dust today. Thank you for popping in, sir. So yeah, I'm doing a new logo idea for the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers group. So that's how I went. I got the idea yesterday to make the wood spirit and make a K out of his mustache and ear. So kind of like this idea. I'll do the font next and make it all really, really nice and crisp and stuff and straight. But yeah, this was the first idea, and you know, I kind of liked it, but I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, we need to have kindred spirits in the illustration. So he's looking down, and this is going to be a little tiny mushroom entity. And yes, that's how Wowwy'z brain works, you guys. Matt saying hello to Matt. Matt, I was telling Rhinestone Suzanne to check out your Cuts All Creature the other day. Yes, he's an amazing carver, eh? Woodworker's Dilemma. I'm listening and carving, y'all. I will chat when I take a break. Thank you, Amy Joe. Greg Davis. Yes, Greg Davis, thank you for coming, man. Oh, did Matt give a shout out, Spike, on the channel? Yeah, you deserve it, Spike. We're all going to do it, man. We are going to get you into that wheelchair one way or another. And I hope I don't have to go and hold up a train or something. Hope we can do it nicely. I'm just joking. I don't do no hold up no train no more. That's old Wowwy. Yes, thank you, Greg. So yes, when the more you see at this channel, we carve wood and whatnot and all that madness, but we also draw. My brother works with copper, recycled copper. We also do electroforming. And now since I'm up here, I can this is awesome. I'll be right back. So when I mention electroforming, I might as well show you. Look at this stuff. This has all been electroformed with real copper. That's all real copper on different. So that's one of those real, whatever that kind of snaily deal is, fossil. This was one of my first ones, so you can even see my thumbprints in that. Because that's 2-part epoxy, and that's how you make the base, the structure on that one. But sometimes I use super glue gel and baking powder, and you can make, that's how you glue the ring to your, this is beach glass, that's how you glue the ring on and make that kind of weird texture. That's all hardened super glue gel. And then once you get that base done, and your ring attached, then you use a special paint, a graphite paint, and that attracts the copper when you in the whole solution when you do the whole bath. I do little tiny driftwood knots, and I call them forget me knots. You know, so it's a pendant you give somebody that you never want them to forget you. So it's a forget me not, you know, a little play with words. This here is just an old, this key was really rusted. And so I cleaned it as best I can with a little Dremel thing and then painted it and electroformed it. And now that's real hardened, that's copper, man. I let them electroform for days sometimes. So that's on there. And really strong. So yeah, that's what electroforming is. And I'm going to start doing videos of that kind of stuff too. So all sorts of stuff at Wowwy'z workshop. From myself and Two Brothers One Vision. Darren's my brother. We are Two Brothers One Vision together. All right. A little bit of wood stuff here. Don't shade. Wow, we don't shade too much. Too much. You shaded too much. Who knows? I might get to the point where maybe we'll just say, hey, no, let's do the whole thing in black and white. But I want to at least get it so that get it to the point where I can take all the pictures, and then go buck wild on it with the black and white. I don't know if I like that ardent in there so much. So yeah, all sorts of neat things going on at Wowwy'z workshop. Try and keep it fun. But it definitely has helped me in my carving journey, because my brain already works this way, right? So if I'm thinking, yeah, I want to do a wood spirit and have it looking like, looking at this angle or whatever, my brain works in these regards, right? These kind of dimensions already. So it has been very, very helpful in the whole learning to carve journey. And my drawing was just, as a child, it was my go-to. I can remember, there were times when other things were going on, and they were things that you're supposed to be having fun with, but I would just think, I'd be looking at what's going on, and deep down in my mind, I was like, I wish I was drawn. I wish I was drawn. I just want to draw. I fucking love that. It says Spike. Thank you, man. Oh, you're talking about the electroform or the drawing, or all of it? Anyways, I appreciate you, Spike. And when we send your daughter something, there'll definitely be a electroform piece in there, brother. Looks like a great sticker and t-shirt design, Larry says. Steve, awesome, brother, because that's what this is going to be. This is for Kindred Spirits. I was hoping that some of the Kindred Spirits crew would be here and give me their feedback on it. Perry, yes, your son's been drawing. You remember you mentioning that. Steve says, awesome. Yeah, so I was thinking, there's the Kindred Spirits. They're, he's looking down at his little friend there. And I'm sorry to all of my woodworking group people that this has taken me so long, because it's kind of like one of those things. I've been working on this design in the background in between carving projects and everything, but when you got so many things going on, and it's just hard. It's just hard. And I have to work kind of around my back pain, right? So sometimes I don't get to create for a little while if things flare up and are bad. So things can take a long time. Sorry. Since we're talking about things taking a long time, look at that, for frick's sakes. So I went back in there, said, nope, I have to carve it deeper. Hey, there's Suzanne. Hello, Suzanne. Oh, and Spike says, and mushrooms talk to the trees, so it makes it perfect sense that a wood spirit is talking to the mushroom. Awesome. Yeah, that's what we're doing today, Suzanne. Logo design. Woohoo. Doing a little logo design. Whoops, sorry, bumped the thing. So yeah, I went in deeper, and then had to go back and take away all the maker's marks. And look at this. I can even see them now that I'm in this. I can't get sucked into that, though. So I went back, made everything deeper, undercut everything, and then for days sanded it. So now it's to the point now where I'm going to finish it. And my idea is to do some wood burn lines, contour lines on the shell, just to give it that little bit, because that was all the real hard black that was in the drawing, because I did this drawing first. So I'm going to do those wood burning contour lines, and then I'm going to do green aniline dye on the grass and the leaves. I'm going to do a light amber, not an amber, a honey stain. So this just goes a tiny bit darker. And then I'm going to leave the snail, the wood color. And then in here is going to be a darker green and a darker green and a brown, American brown kind of mixture to make the snail, the shell. And so this will be just a little bit darker than the wood. And yeah, that's the plan. So I'm finally to the point where I'm gonna go on the back. I'm gonna write for Baby Ivy. I'm gonna wood burn for Baby Ivy. Love you, yada yada. Do the Two Brothers One Vision branding iron that we have for the special pieces, and then go back. And once that is done on the back, and I put the screw or also the hanging hardware on the back, and once all the back stuff is done, then I will do the stain. So that'll be in the next week. I'll be just going on that because the New Year, New Leaf project ends on the end of April. So May 1st is the deadline. And so it's looming on me as well, guys. I'm just like you guys. But it is really, really worth it taking part because of all of the amazing prizes. So we got 2 Dremel flex shafts. We got a cordless Dremel. We got a couple used micro carvers. We got some carvings. We got a handful of Pete Blair mandrels. Pete also donated the brand new flex shaft and the used flex shaft. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Cuts All is sending right now because with the affiliate package, I'm now an affiliate for Cuts All, and so they're sending stuff regarding that. So to piggyback on that, they're sending up a $100 value fine detail burr kit that are just been released, and it is awesome, guys. And be watching for an upcoming video on that. I'm gonna do an unboxing review on them and do a special like Wood Spirit just with that set. Well, maybe a couple, Flame Burr Extreme to get everything in, but I'm going to be doing that when everything comes. So sorry I ramble, but yeah, one of those new just released fine burr sets are coming as a prize. All sorts of stuff, guys. All sorts of stuff. So it's really, really worth doing. The New Year New Leaf Challenge. Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers. Facebook. Better ask somebody. Okay, now I just wanted to do a little happy guy here. I'll be soft. I want more cheek. But if this little happy guy don't look right, then go back and rework our idea. But I was thinking maybe pudgy little cheeks, like a pudgy little cheek with a smile. But no nose. And then like squinty little eye guy. I guess it's hard to see. Whoops. You see I just made those little, like, that's what's kind of in my head. Something like that, eh? A grinning little prick. Possum is here. Possum is here. Suzanne, hello, Possum. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate you, brother. We're doing a little drawing. Today. And like I've been telling the folks here, drawing helps the carving journey. So yeah, we'll do that and do kind of like a little bit of a thing in here with the gills, right? I'm going to call her a she. That little girl. That little gal. So we'll do some things in there with the gills. But again, another thing where I want to, holy do I want to get in there and just start shading like a madman, but I can't. I got to hold her back. Hold on to her, son. Wait till the time is right, Larry. He needs more wrinkles in his old, going up his old face here. Another weird thing that happens to me when I'm drawing, like I'll do this weird thing and I'll squint my eyes, and then I can see, like, the vision. I don't know. I have this whole thing where, yes, Amy Jo and Suzanne, how are the girls doing? There's this theory that the Akashic record exists, right? And I like to think about this because, like, the Akashic record says that there is a dimension kind of, or just a field, an information field in the universe, that all of our information that comes to us or that ever has been, ever was or ever will be, is in this field, right? And that includes like ideas and inventions, and like weird things with inventions have happened through time where the same invention will be thought of at the exact same time by different people, but all over the world, or very, very close to the exact same time. Almost like the idea was, released and ready for upload, and then people started to do it. And it's like weird things, like, I don't know, the telephone or the radio or weird things. I can't remember all of the names off my. I'm really good at remembering circumstances, but not the actual facts, right? But what I'm trying to say is that sometimes I think that the idea is already there, and that if you just tap into the right realm, so to speak, you can get the finished product. You can get a vision of it, and then it's just all about bringing it out. Oh man, you guys probably think I'm nuts, but it's a good way to say is like, what about Wi-Fi? Look at the information that is in Wi-Fi that is transmitted. You can't see it, but it's out there, right? And it's happening, and it is a part of all of our day to day, right? So just think of all the things that are there that we just can't see, Like our bodies are like miracle machines. And I've been learning a lot about mudras, like, the symbols that people use when they're meditating and doing things. But you don't have to be meditating. You can just sit and do the different mudras while you're just sitting throughout your day, and they benefit you in different ways. We have like energy coming out of our fingertips. And that's why there's so much magic that we can and the whole idea of magic and spells is based on real things. Like the ancient Chinese knew so much about the chi and everything that's working and how to work with it. Vibration and frequency, exactly, Spike. And Tesla said, everything, the mysteries of the universe are all about vibration and frequency. Okay? So I like to think that sometimes you can just zone out, really get into the zone, but zone out, so to speak, and you can get some really, really cool information that's out there, man. I have some ideas for inventions that I can guarantee that if my idea was put into fruition, or whatever you say was, if I got the copyright stuff figured out and was really, really put into the world, I can guarantee that my idea, my invention would save children's lives 100%. I would bet my own life on it. So I have inventions in my head that are like that groundbreaking and that important, And so now when I see things that happen where I think where my invention could have been applied to and helped, I feel just guilty. And so, yeah, I've tapped into the old Akashic record, and I've gotten some things from it that there ain't no turning back. I have to make it happen. And I am, but it's a hard road because it takes so much money. It takes so much money to get an idea properly patented, and then then you got to go and think about, okay, am I gonna go on the Dragon's Den, or what am I gonna do? How am I gonna make this happen? But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm rambling about. Sometimes I think that things come to me that weren't necessarily mine, or maybe it's something that the universe thinks, hey, you've been through the trials, you've been through the shit. It's time that we put this upon you because we know you can handle it, So there are parts in this drawing, and this is why I gotta be careful when I get rambling on here, man. I don't want people to think I'm actually bonkers. But there's parts of this drawing when I just kind of like squinted my eyes, and I could see where to go, and then I come back, and then work on it a bit, and then go back to that place again. And this drawing was meant to happen, and I'm gonna do my best to make this happen. How is it looking through the camera? Let me just see here. Oh, you gotta go, Suzanne? Oh, she's back in 30 minutes. Okay, thanks for popping in. Matthew says, I saved old coins over the years. One day I'll look what they're worth. We are all bonkers, Larry, says Perry. Amen, Wowwy'z, says Possum. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we are the bonkers tribe. People are like, how do you look at wood and make that happen, says the carving wizard. I know, it's neat, eh? It's neat because, well, what I love too about the channel and doing all of this is that when I first started carving, I looked at people's work and it was like, oh man, like that is impossible. They must be, super, super gifted to be able to do that. But then I learned, okay, but this is step 1 and this is step 2. And, you break that wood spirit or whatever it is down into 5 main steps. And anybody can do it. All it takes is getting the, the confidence to just pick up and try. And like I said, there are forces out there that want to see you succeed. They want to help you. And once you get into that vibe and that mode, man, things can come to you and it'll just flow, and you can do it. You can do it to it. We are all lighthouses. And when you do this and you share your shine and you show other people, that's like being a lighthouse out on a cliff, helping the people that may be lost in the storms of life, shining your light and giving them something. Giving them something. I found drawing when I was really going through it, when we were all on lockdown, and my brother and I couldn't be working together because we were always a couple times a week. I'd go over to my mom and my brother's house, and that's when Two Brothers One Vision would work together. And Darren lives with severe chronic pain because of all of his failed surgeries and really bad neuropathy and stuff in his feet. So he's kind of like me. There's only certain times when you can create. But we would do that, and we would do that together. And then after the lockdown happened with the C word, I was like going crazy here. Because, like, yes, I can draw to pass time, but I needed something more, man. And it was like getting bad. Like I was starting to kind of go a little bit bonkers. And then that's when I first searched how to carve a wood spirit into YouTube. and Doug Linker came up with a Doug Linker, and it was a knife and gouge how to. And then I found Carving Fusion, and I went back to his very, very basic ones, and then that was it, man. That was it. Everything changed, and I found this new world, and thank God I did, because, like I say, it gave me something new to focus on. And you know that when you're learning to carve, there's all these tools that you have to get. So that became a real big thing. Is like, oh, I gotta get this for the that, right? And it did. It just opened up this whole new world. And there ain't no quitting. Two brothers, one vision. So once I started, I was like, nope, this is going to happen. And I just slowly started one by one. You know, each month that went by, I would get that one tool that I needed, or thought I needed. And it just started like that. And I would just try. I would find, you know, the next YouTube video of the next project I wanted to try. Lots of them were on Carving Fusion. But I also found, you know, mentors in my own peer group. And people that I really, really looked up to. Like Matt Cars, and there's others. Pete Blair, you know, I love his woodwork. He does some really, really fine artwork with his turning and stuff. So yeah, finding all these new people and new things, right? The whole wood carving world is just it's so amazing. And it kind of saved my hide, because I needed this. I needed this in a really bad way. And to be quite honest, I needed all of you. You know? I needed this community. From Trees to These is here. My Honey's Handmade. Hey all, thank you for coming. Hello Steve. Sup birthday girl, that's right. Trees to These, thanks. Hey, Dalen's here. Hello, Dalen. We need each other, Wowwy'z Workshop. Hey, thank you, sir. Yes, we do. That's what tribe and family is about, isn't it, sir? Much love to you, man. Thank you for coming by. I love your videos, too. Maybe someday, wow, you can be a guest on the show. But, yes, this whole... and I'm going to do this mundra right now while I'm talking. This is a power one. It's a really, really good way to put the power back into your body and let it all circulate. And you'll see lots of leaders and people like government leaders and stuff all like to use this while they're sitting or talking, because it can keep your mind centered. And this is a very, very powerful mundra. But sorry for rambling, but what I was going to say is, while I'm talking about this, I'm going to do this mundra so I can have a little break here. And yes, this wood carving community is so important to so many of us. It's, you know, it gives me, not only do the YouTube videos give me someone to talk to, because it can be very, very lonely being disabled and living with chronic pain, but you know, it gives me stuff to look forward to. Like, I wake up and I want to see what Amy Jo made, what Matt made, and, you know, what Perry's doing, and the electric whittler, I'm always looking, and it's just such a freaking awesome community. I love you guys. I do. Hey, Kat's here. Hello, Kat. Thanks for coming. Matthew's here. John says we give each other good inspiration. Yes, we do, sir. We truly, truly do. And then, you know, since I'm talking about the mundras, the praying hands, that's a mundra, right? There's a reason why people do this when they're speaking out and reaching out to the universe. And if you're, you know, whether you're reaching out to Jesus or whoever, the creator, I just like to say the creator, you know, there's a reason why Christianity started to use this, because it's a very, very powerful mundra. Yeah. Anyways, Mark tries to carve. Morning, brother. Morning. Way over in New Zealand. And that's another thing about this whole wood carving community is how cool is it that we have so many from different parts of the world? Like, I know it's really, really late for Wheels and for Spike, And Claire, I've been missing Claire, man, because she came to the first couple lives, but it was just too late for her. You know, Claire Bear. Yes, Tribe Strong, Amy Joe. But I know that the time zone, like I'm trying to zero in on the best one for me, so that my people, right out there can all catch, because they're, you know, it's really important to me that Spike and Wheels and Claire can be here for this. So I might have, I don't know, but I might do some shows that are earlier, just specifically, you know, shout out to Claire Bear show or something. I'll let her, maybe I'll let her have pick of what I do, and I'll do a special one so that the people in France can all be awake. And that goes for Kevin Strelly and Pauline as well. Frank and Debbie over in Australia. I want all of you guys to be here. You guys are all very, very important members, and I love you all. Mark says, hey, that's a cool drawing, Larry. Thank you, sir. This here, there's the Aiden. Evening, fab drawing, Wowie. Thank you, sir. This is going to be the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers logo. You see? This is my rough drawing. And so, I don't know if Woodcarvers would be across the bottom. I'm not going to draw it. There's ways that you can take a picture of something and then add the font later with like an app, and it's easier. But this was the first idea, and I wanted to make the K from Kindred Spirits into a wood spirit. But something wasn't right. Something wasn't right, and so I thought, no, there has to be two, right? Like our Green Man and Friend challenge. Remember that, guys? Has to be two. So that's what I thought of yesterday. You think that's cool, Mark? It's the old wood spirit looking down at the little mushroom baby thing. And they're kindred. And he's her little protector. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here and watching me go through all of this. I know I don't move fast, but what I'm doing is slowly refining everything. And in the end, it'll look like this, like prim and polished, right, Amy Jo? It'll look like it's like, like perfect, and that's how, you know, it's meant to be. But it doesn't come out like that. It takes lots of time. And I'll do little bits there, and then I'll erase, you know, the line that was there, the line that wasn't complete, and then draw around it and just zero it in. You see how I kind of did that there? Just getting things to... And it's weird. I have this drawing style. Well, I'll do like, excuse me, I'll do like a bunch of lines when I'm roughing out things. I'll do a bunch of lines and then use the eraser and erase around them. And then what's left is the line that I wanted, that I was hoping for. Whoa. Jeez. Wow, we're getting crazy. So yeah, there will be the Kindred Spirits will come out from there. And then I'm thinking that I'll, like, at the end of it, I'm going to tie something in so that there's, you know, something at the end that maybe just the letters will blend into like a tree and a couple little branches going up. But just to complete it so that it's not all just all of the illustration on one side and then just letters, I'm going to bring it all together. I'm going to bring it on home, guys. I'm going to bring it on home. Yeah, there. Jeez. Did I straighten it? I guess it's straight enough. That's weird. It looks wonky on the screen and it looks weird to me. Let me just, no. Let me do this. Now how does that look? There we go, that's straight. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Oh, this little cat's going now. Amy, Joe, Steve, Mark, Larry, Michelle, Spike, Aiden, Joy, and everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. Thanks for coming by, Cat. Really appreciate you. Michelle Bailey's here. Mark says, Mark right, thanks Perry, not bad for a first attempt. Oh, the cat's here. Just saying hi to everybody. Okay. Matthew says, I'd put that sticker on my Jeep. Wicked, man, because they're going to be stickers. That's going to look amazing, Larry. Cool, Larry. Thank you, guys. Nope, she's still here. Cat, are you going to get confusing now? Sorry. Okay. Yep. Nope, we're all good. Yep, Dalen's here. I wonder how. I need somebody to confirm for me. Is Creation Dust 777 is his name Josh? Hello Tim, how you doing, brother? Thank you, we made it, man. Dalen says yes. Okay. So there's like lots of Joshes, eh? Yes, Black Widow Woodworking is here. One of the mod squads. Tim. Thank you, brother. Yes, Electric Wheeler, I was just going to say, everybody's name is Josh. And I got a couple friends. Bear's name is Josh, too? Holy jeez. What an awesome bunch of Joshes. Yes, sir. Well, it's easy in the way that I don't have to remember a lot of names, right? But I sure do appreciate it with you guys all coming. And you know what? I was watching Creation Dust earlier on today because he always goes on Wednesdays too. So we're just like trying to, make it so that we're not overlapping on each other because we both want to, see each other's work. I really love his carvings, as I do Bear's and all the other chainsaw carvers, man. You guys are like the last frontier of what I'm trying to learn, but I do have a couple. I have a beautiful saw that Spike sold me for a really, really good deal that I have to get going this year. And that is, I'm hoping will be relatively light for me because it's a battery saw. It's a still. And so I'm gonna try more, but yeah, it's like that last carving frontier that I just cannot burst through, because when I go out and carve with my chainsaws, I get about an hour out of my, and I do everything, like I do one cut and stuff, and then I put everything down and then stand back and ponder it for a while and think about it, and then I go in and do a couple more cuts and then I put it down and I stand back, because I can't stand and walk around with that weight, right? If I'm standing with that weight out in front of me, it's just right in the spot where I don't have a disc anymore, my L3. I've had spine surgery, I've had 2 surgeries, I've had things, right? But that's the spot where holding that weight, that chainsaw weight, where it pivot point in my back. So I can't walk around with that weight like that. Like I can't even, I've almost gotten into a fight at the grocery store because I can't carry big armloads of groceries. And I've had people look at me because my wife was carrying the bags and looking at me like I'm some kind of idiot. And it's like, what are you looking at, buddy? Do you want to know the story? But anyways, yeah, chainsaw carving is hard for me. That's what I'm trying to say. Just cracked a beer. Good. Have one for me, Black Widow. I could use one. Me too. Cheers, Widow. Yes. Have a beer. Few cheers. And we're going to draw a little mushroom baby. Yeah, I think if we bring the cheek out a little bit farther there. And I gladly put this, by the time this is all done, this logo and stuff, it'll be a lot of work, but that woodworking group is so important to me. I've been an admin. I was an admin for Carving Fusion World, the Woodcarvers original, for like 2.5 or almost 3 years, and then we took over the group and changed the name, and now it's like going on 2 years for that. I think that I've been an admin for Kindred Spirits. It's been a while, so when it's all said and done, like that's like 4, almost going on 5 years of voluntary work. But I don't look at it like that, man. I look at it like this is my tribe and my family, and I do anything for my family and tribe, and that's what being an admin is, you know. It takes a lot of time to keep it up and keep the group, you know, clean and good and spam free, and I really care about it. So doing like logo design, you know, this ain't cheap. For if you had to like go out and get someone to draw you a picture like this, you know, well, now with all the image generators, I guess they can do it quite quick. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is it's not cheap work, but I gladly do it because I care about my kindred spirits. And if you guys are on Facebook and you're a carver, please come to Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers, because it's just such an amazing place to learn. And so many of the folks here that are in this chat right now are part of that family. And like I say, there's awesome challenges like the New Year New Leaf challenge that I was talking about with my snail, but it's just awesome, like just inspiring. You just you scroll through and then you see somebody's work and it's like, holy jeez. And then, you know, the first thing is to congratulate them on their awesome job that they've done. And then it's like the inspiration happens, right? And people are like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then that's when the real fires start burning, and man, is that fun. Everybody getting inspired and working on something that everybody else is working on, like these challenges, and it's just so much fun. And like I said, there's been times when I've been really, really lonely in my life, you know, living with a permanent thing. And so having something like a woodworking group or just an art group on, Facebook or whatever you're on there, it can and does save people's lives. So the little mushroom I had in my head had those weird little globulars on it. What is it called? An amanita or something? An ama. Well, John says I don't have Facebook. Steve, hey, yep, great group, says Steve. Steve knows. He's one of the most active members. Steve Ince. That's too bad, guys, because I'd almost say just have a Facebook profile just so you could be a part, right? But I understand that, and for Aiden too, he doesn't use Facebook, but the tribe here on YouTube is just a lot. Like, you have the same sense of family and friends and everything in the YouTube tribe as it is on Kindred Spirits. And I just know from working at it so long that it just any new member that you can bring along is just everybody benefits from it. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody benefits. How are we doing on time? I don't even know. 74 minutes. Oh, so we're after. We blew past an hour. The mushroom. The only reason why I joined Facebook, says Steve. That's awesome, man. It's all us either way. That's right. The tribe is my only family outside of my kids and Jamie. Yes, we are Amy Jo, and I'm so happy that you are part of this family, as I am with all of you guys. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. Amazing people. And I'm kind of the same way. I'm very, very, like, especially nowadays with the drama out there, right? There's drama to find every which way you turn. And people trying to find reasons to divide. And I'm just not about that. It's why I can't be a part of politics. I just can't. I just don't like all of that division, and that's, you know, it's nobody's fault. It's the way politics are made. But it's got to the point now where people just can't be, oh, this is my opinion, and you're happy for it, right? Like, it's just gotten so crazy. So I keep my friend circle very kind of tight and drama free, because drama and all of that shit, that sucks your essence, people. And that makes room for, like, things like disease and sickness, and stress and drama is not good for us. And, you know, that's the bad part about, like, Facebook and social media and stuff, is that I'll go on there and I can see people that they'll say something, and then there, you know, somebody will be opposed to it, and then it goes on, and then it becomes this frickin' thing underneath in the comments. And sometimes I'll look and there's like, yeah, and, you know, 253 replies, and then you look and there's all these different threads of people just going off on each other and freaking out. No, man, no, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna create something, I'm gonna put it on my YouTube, I'm gonna make somebody happy, I'm gonna maybe make somebody want to learn to draw, or want to learn to carve a wood spirit, or whatever it is. I ain't gonna go on there and use my essence, my truly, there's nothing more valuable than time, folks, and our time on this planet. And, you know, you wake up and what you do with your day, that is the truest, most valuable thing in this universe, is your time. So how we spend it, you know, spend it wisely, I guess, is what Wowwy'z trying to say. When I go to drama, the cider speak, and then they put up with me. When I have drama, I go to Aiden or Spike. Night Owl says, Plywood, hello. Fuck drama, that's right, Spike, fuck it. Plywood, support Spike, I strictly carving on Facebook, no socializing for me, says Steve. Damn straight, Larry says, Mark, that's good. Hey Bear, Steve says, I strictly carving on Facebook, no socializing. Yes, you're a bit quiet on there, sir. I've seen, but that's okay. You concur with me. It's not worth it. And you know what? Yeah, I do have ego and stuff, and sometimes I feel I'm right, and it deserves a fight. But really think about it. You know, what are we gonna prove in the comments in a Facebook post? You know, and for all the trolls out there that are looking to tick us off, or to make people kick off. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you, mate. Because it's not good. It's not good to make people upset and then, like, laugh at it and troll them and sit back and watch all the shit show go down. There's nothing good about that. Get a hobby. Pick up a flex shop. Learn how to do out of a wood spirit. You'd be much happier with a wood spirit. Fishgate was cool, no drama. I keep adding to my dragon, new leaf carving, having fun with that. That's wicked, Tim. Thirsty Wednesday says, Night Animal. I can't wait. It's almost time for me to do the roll call, right? And that's when we start doing all of the call outs for the entries. That's my favorite time. Thank you, whoever's hitting hearts. That's nice. I like seeing the hearts. We still got 22 people, 27 likes. Thank you, guys. Algorithm likes that. I'm surprised that there aren't more. I thought being in vertical, we'd have more. I'm pointing at the people here. I thought there'd be more of that, but maybe the numbers go up afterwards with the vertical view. I don't know, and I don't care, you know. I thought for a while that I was only allowed like 25 people because I'm still under 1,000 subs. So I'm just happy that you guys are like here. Like I'm not going to get all wound up with those numbers and stuff. These challenges are the best for learning new stuff. They are, Matthew. They're wicked. Already having one. I like hanging out with all you guys. You're all super talented people, and you all think as I do. That's right, Mark. We're kindred spirits. You know, we truly are. And the way that we all learn off each other and stuff, and the challenges and whatnot, like that is just super cool, man. And I'm truly trying to like do everybody's challenge. Electric Whittler, I had an idea of doing, because I love ancient Egypt and stuff so much. Maybe just doing like on a square piece of like 2x6 or whatever, carving out an Egyptian ankh. You know the word I'm trying to say. And it won't be like super detailed and stuff, but I want to try and do the challenges. And you guys, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just too busy with my own channel and stuff. Like I really want to take part on all of them. And I missed out on, I had just started something for Aiden's Valentine's one, and then something happened to me personally in my personal life, and I got thrown off on that one, and I feel bad. I'm sorry, Aiden. Sorry I didn't do that one. Because I really do care, man. I care about each and every one of you. Michelle Bailey's here. I usually miss the live and end up watching afterwards. But that's really, I need those watches, Michelle. I really do. Because it shows that, there's something valuable to my live that people will go back afterwards. So that actually does really help me when people do that. And that's why I'll sometimes go on and I'll look at and I'll read out what people are saying. It's not that I know you guys can't read, but it's because for the people that watch after the fact, you don't get to see the live chat come up along the side like on Geordie's or whatever. You don't get to see it. I can watch it back on my laptop and read what everybody said, but you guys don't get to see it. And that's not as fun, right? So that's why I'm trying to, like, if I see something that's, something should be said, I'll call it out. I got this piece of bark, looks good for a couple of towers and ohms. Me too, Michelle, and the likes. Aiden will be drunk texting me later. Aiden, I had, my brother and I had girlfriends from Northern Derry. Elaine and Sinead. And I was with Elaine and Darren was with Sinead. And my goodness, man, one of the funnest summers that we've ever had was with those Irish girls. And then they had to go back. And so Elaine and I were like, yeah, okay. And Darren was with one named Allison. Darren wasn't with Sinead, the sister. He was with Sinead's best friend, Allison. But Sinead and Elaine were the sisters. And I don't talk to Allison anymore, but I became really good friends with the sisters. But my goodness, man, the Irish girls, that was one of our funnest summers. They were so fun to party with and just get to know. It was fun, man. And then they'd get like heated. We'd be talking, and they loved to drink and like socialize. And we had this game called Three Man with dice, and it was fun. Like anytime somebody would have to be three man. At the beginning, everybody would roll a dice. First person to roll a 3 becomes 3 man. And so with that, anytime a 3 is rolled, 3 man has to drink. And then there was like 4-1 and 5-1. If you do a 5-1, last person to put their thumb to their forehead has to drink 5. 4-1 was the last person to point at their nose, has to drink 4. And the only way a 3 man gets rid of 3 man is when it's his turn to roll. He has to roll a 3 to get out, and then he picks the next one. But we would play 3 man and just get smashed, and those girls were so fun. And they'd get all heated, you'd get talking about something, and they'd be like, "Get the fuck, Larry!" And then they would just go off, and like you'd ask them something about, something about religion or something about that, applies to Ireland. And holy smokes, man, I've never met more heated, like passionate people. Oh, it was fun. Oh, I'd love a darker red-haired Irish girl to hang out with, says Spike. It was fun, man. It was fun. and we still are really good friends with them and their mom. Yeah, Elaine and Sinead, the Irish princesses. But yeah, we sure learned a lot about. Man, Ireland has been through it when it comes to just wars and upheaval and things like. My goodness. You guys have been through a lot, Aiden. Beautiful, amazing, passionate people. I hope sooner than later that all of that goes into the the folds of history and people just get on and love each other. They had it. It was so rough. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. That's why they call us the Fighting Irish. No doubt. No doubt about that. And I won't get into it, but when people are killing over religion, or when religion is at the core of whatever the conflict is, that's just so heartbreaking, man. Because at least the God the Creator that I personally, believe in, you don't kill, It's the main commandment is that you don't kill. And I don't care if it's in the name of whatever, you just don't. And so the fact that there are wars based over religion just boggles my freaking mind, man. It ain't right. So I'm sorry, but I had to say that because it's the truth. It's one of those things about our crazy world that is just kind of backwards and batshit crazy, is that and as far as I'm concerned, like the Ten Commandments and all of the stories that go with the Bible and creation and stuff, they're all the same across all of the different religions. And that's the crazy thing about religion and learning about other, like the Torah or the Quran and all of these things, is that the stories, when you really, really pick it apart and look at it for the fundamental core of everything, it's all the same story. And it's all the same, and even with different, like the ancient Indians and Vishnu and stuff, and like it's the coming of an enlightened one, and trying to the betterment of man, trying to help us. And yeah, if you just look at the core 10 commandments, that's how you make a planet full of people get along, is by following these rules. Like, it ain't freaking rocket science, but yeah. So that's my little my rant on that. The world according to Wowwy'z. I tell you, if you ever put me in a major position of power, there'd be some positive changes in this planet, let me tell you. Like, I know it's easy to say, yeah, I would do it this way or I would do it that way. But no. If you give me the kind of money that Elon Musk has, I will eradicate world hunger. I don't give a rat's ass about buying Twitter. I would be freaking taking care of world hunger, number one, and going after these fucked up countries that are putting their people through so much hardship while they sit back and live, in golden mansions. No, man. I'd be going after these circumstances and stuff. And I would take those trillions of dollars, man, and really make a frickin' influence. You want to be a lighthouse? Put me in that position. I wouldn't care a crap about, Yeah, hit that hard, guys, because you feel the same way. You feel the same way. I won't get into the whole Elon Musk and, you know, what he's doing for this and that. I'm just saying, you know, it's pretty public of what he chooses to do with the money and the blessings that he's been graced with. But I'd do it differently. I don't think it's applied. I don't think it's applied as well as it could be. Not with how much money he has. That goes for Bezos and all of them, man. All this money to put people into Earth's orbit. They're not even going into space. They're just going into Earth's orbit. You know, millions and millions of dollars to go float around in Earth's orbit. Jesus. How about we, you know, how about we do some things that really matter? So how do you guys think he's looking so far, all of this? All of this. You know, I told you things, I don't draw super fast, but when it's all said and done, I think it's going to be pretty neat looking. And the thing I love about these lives is that when it is all said and done, you guys are a part of this creation coming to life. You guys are all part of this process. I've been really loving the lives for that. You know, it's like having a living room full of people and like working, but having you guys all to talk to and stuff and converse and go back and forth. Like, this is just, I just love the WIP Wednesdays. He says, I think it's cool looking. John says, I can't even draw a stick man. Did you hear that Elon is going to build a restaurant on the moon? It will have great food but no atmosphere. Everybody said, looking good, Larry. Kindred spirits. Thank you. Think it's looking cool. Looks great, Larry. Very cool, says Steve. Thank you, Steve. It's a cool drawing, says Michelle. And yeah, I don't have to share the beer. Laughing my ass. LMAO. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I think this is going to be a pretty neat logo, you know, and it, you know, embodies. They can't even take care of this planet exactly from trees to these. I know. And it just makes you like really think sometimes, like, why is it that the people who do get graced with all of this money and fame and stardom and this and that, and like, why? I just don't know. I don't know. And who am I to say, like, you know, like, they're great people too. They, you know, we only see the public side of everything, but come on. There's got to be, you know, there's got to be some people coming down the pipe that are really gonna rock shit up, you know? Make some real ripples, you know? Kindness and acts of love, they start ripples. And then those ripples, if you got enough momentum behind it, those ripples turn into waves. And that's the kind of waves I'm all about making, man. Yeah, I'm digging that. I think this is going to be really super cool. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's straight, even lines running across, and that'll be the lines, the barriers of where the letters go, right? So they'll all be nice and super crisp and proper, and then, like I say, at the end, I will tie it all in with some sort of, like, these are going to be more balanced and over top of each other with this new design, the letters I'm saying. So maybe in the end, I'm going to make the D and the S kind of you know, intertwined somehow. But the D being a closed letter is kind of hard. And if you go and break off a branch here and make that'll make the D look odd. But I will figure it out. Maybe I'll just go off the S like I've done here, but I will figure it out and I'll make it so that it's more balanced. But that there, I got that vision in my head yesterday, and I'm very, very stoked with where it is so far. Hey, I'm back for the moment. Oh wow, Spike, sorry, just catching up. Had to get the doggy out to pee. Gonna be sweet, Larry, says Woodworker's Dilemma. Thank you, sir. Welcome back, Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne, for coming back. People just need to remember that we are all connected one way or another. Yes, we are, Michelle. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And you know what? It's about souls. You know, these bodies that differ us so in so many ways and cause these wars and these rifts. No, we are all vessels, you guys. Our bodies are vessels for our souls. The soul is we all come from the same mother source of the souls, right? And yes, there are weird psychopaths that, you know, for whatever reason, there are those odd people that you would swear are lacking one and do horrible things. I don't know how all that works. But what I do know is for the majority of us, we are all just vessels with the same magic inside. So fighting over those differences on the vessel, it's like fighting over your model of your car. Going out and fighting people because they don't have the same, you know, model Ford as you do. I think that's just retarded. Sorry, ridiculous. I shouldn't say that word. And when it comes down to it, like Michelle said, we're all connected in one way, and that's by spirit, man. So again, ties into what this represents. We're all kindred souls looking for some safety from the storm. Hi, y'all, and hi, Wowwy. I finally made you live. Hello, Michael. Thank you for coming. It takes all to be one. Yes, you're right, from Trees to These. Thank you for coming, man. We were all made from the same stuff as the stars, just put together in a different way. You know it, Spike. That's an awesome way of saying it, man. Thank you for coming, Michael. And yeah, not carving today. Not carving today, doing a little logo design, but it all matters. It's all art. It's all art, and it's all connected. And when this bad boy is done, I guess I can't really get up there without, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that, deal with that when I can get it. Because lots of times I'm like, got this on like on the floor, or not the floor, but on my couch pulls out, right? So it's kind of like a bed downstairs. And I'm sitting cross-legged, leaning right over when I draw, right? So standing here with the camera in front of me, I can't really get at these angles and stuff. So that's why I'm kind of like just laying back and getting at what I can. But when I'm off camera and, you know, in my element, I'll get over top and I'll fix that up there and make this all crisp and stuff. But what I wanted is it kind of make it like a fight between the crisp letters and then the nature of the design, so that there's like, you know, a letter could be like this on one end, but then go out into a branch on the other, like you know what I'm saying? The font, I guess. So that's why I had this idea, is mixing it so that it was kind of like nature fighting with, it's like Amy Jo, how we were saying, you know, with Mother Nature, nothing has to be prim and perfect. Well, this is kind of like, I wanted a bit of a fight between the two, a balance, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And you see how here I did that with the bottom of the S, but on that part of the S, it went off into a branch, right? So since I had the bottom of that one as prim and proper, maybe I should have put this one out as a branch. But this one had the little mushroom person, so I thought that counted. I don't know. This is just my crazy way of thinking. How are we doing on time, folks? How long have we been How long has Wowie been rambling? 100 minutes. So that means an hour 40? No. Yeah, an hour 40? Yes, Amy Jo, the birthday girl. Did you guys miss my, I played a little guitar for her. Played a little guitar for her at the beginning of the show. I'm just going to have try out Robert C. Peters' pipe. I just have natural tobacco to put in it from Vancouver Island. It's just a pipe tobacco with no chemicals in it. So if you're going to hear the lighter, that's what I'm doing. Just helps with keep me calm in the pain. And that made me think too. I don't think they're here today, but they might be watching off of and outside of the live. Is Gare, Mo, and Allie. And sometimes I know they watch this later, so I just want to do another shout out to Allie. Allie's our tiniest fan of Wowwy'z Workshop and Two Brothers One Vision. Hi Allie, we love ya. Hope you're having a great day. If you watch this, yes, and don't forget to hit that like, folks. Wowie needs it. The algorithm needs it. The algorithm needs to see that Wowwy's a good guy, and that they should push out Wowwy's videos. Jordy says it's not the algorithm, are the people. And then I said, okay, then fine. The people hate me. But it is the truth that there is lots of truth to that. Jordy knows what he's talking about. But there is also truth that the algorithm is made in a way that it has to understand that you are not a bot. So in the beginning, when you have a YouTube account, all those years that you just watch shit and stuff, but didn't have a YouTube channel, well, that all works in your benefit for all those years, because the algorithm trusts that your account is a real person. So when you first start a YouTube channel, if you start from fresh, it takes a lot of work for that algorithm to understand and trust that you are a real channel and this and that. It isn't like you're being watched by a review of a board of people. It isn't. You have to put in the work, and that's by making shorts and making posts, regular posts in the community, and just being present, and then going to other people's and supporting other channels. That in the end, this is such a cool example of support, how support works for YouTube, is that the algorithm likes to see you engage and hit like on other people's stuff and comment on other people's stuff. It can benefit you in the end. So yes, it's a crazy journey, but very, very, it's a major, awesome part of my life now. And I just love the YouTube channel and just creating and sharing and having all of you folks in my life. Tarek's here. They go hand in hand, says Perry. That's right, sir. It goes hand in hand. Algorithm gets you to the people. That's right. And I think that we're getting to the point where it's doing better. I'm seeing things. I'm seeing my tribe mails getting better views. The tribe mail I did recently for Danny Dunbraven in the Netherlands, my wood brother. I did a special tribe mail episode for him. That just broke 400 views. And I know that's not a lot in the big, scheme of things. But for me and for Denis, that's a lot, man. And he is such an inspirational person and warrior and made in pain, man. Everything that he's done since his back injury, every creation he's made has been made in pain. And there is a special magic about that. And I'm just very, very proud and happy when I can see, if I make a tribe mail video and I'm featuring another carver's work, and then I see that take off and start to get lots of views, that makes me way more happier than if it was Wowie views. The tribe mail and featuring my friends and my peers' work is really important to me. And it's not just to try and get views. It's not just to try and get watch hours. That's not why I'm doing that at all. I really, really care about, supporting the tribe and showing there's lots of people that don't have a YouTube channel or they're just a smaller YouTube channel, or they're on Facebook and we're friends on Facebook, but they don't do nothing on YouTube. That's why I love to use my YouTube to kind of, be that voice for other people. It really means a lot to me. Vancouver Island. Yes, I'm in Vancouver Island if somebody asked me about that. I live just outside of Victoria, British Columbia's capital, on a little island called Vancouver Island. And my mom lives in a little town named Sydney, and we're by the ferries. And then I live in between Sydney and Victoria in a little place called Saanich. And that's where we're coming live from. Oh, 31. I can see 31 people on my thing. So I guess I'm not capped at 25. So hello, 31 people. Wow, we loves you. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Perry. Hello, Aiden. Joe. Hello, Joe. How you doing, man? Michael says, I've been to Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver the island is so much like it, but Vancouver seems like it's more rainy in the rainy season. But Vancouver Island, we have microclimates. So it's kind of odd out here. Like we have our own, like we're a rainforest, right? So the majority of our year is rainy, and then it's really, really nice summer. And then in the winter, we'll have like 1 or 2 major snowfalls, but it melts, shortly after. Kind of like living in Calgary. Calgary, we had, Calgary's Alberta. We had worse winters, but Calgary had Chinooks, and those are from the mountains. So that was cool. That was kind of like a microclimate as well. So Calgary was neat that way. I've lived all over like Western Canada, but the island is my favorite. Is Amy Jo have to go? Bye-bye, Amy Jo. Enjoy your birthday. We love you. Much love, sister. Give my best to Jamie and to Bubba and your daughter, and just have a great time. Have a great time. You deserve it. Mark says, I still want to go to Canada. Looks like New Zealand. Yes, it is very similar. And I've heard that, especially New Zealand and Vancouver Island, we have a lot of similarities. You have more mountains, I think, because I've seen pictures, and boy, is it beautiful. But Canada is a lot, like the whole of Canada is kind of like, a big New Zealand, if that makes any sense. Yes, have a great one, Amy Jo. Much love to you, sister. I don't know if you guys missed that little ditty. Let me see. See if I can do that again without screwing it up. Happy birthday, Amy Jo. One of the most talented people I know. Happy birthday, she can draw and paint just like a star. You don't know how talented you truly are. And then carve it into a piece of wood. I'm telling you folks, this lady is good. And with Jamie by her side, yeah, he's her boo. There ain't nothing in this world these two kids can't do. Happy birthday, Amy Jo. That one's for you, Amy Jo. I apologize to everybody for yelling. Oh, no, 32 went to 29, so they didn't like that. Tarek says, thumbs up, good. Thank you, sir. Sorry if it sounded like I was yelling, but the phone is like literally right by my face right now. Happiest birthdays to you, Amy Jo. That's right, Suzanne. Thank you. So yeah, guys, I've gotten it to the point where I'm gonna do a little bit more here on connecting this little mushroom baby, collecting the lines. I'm gonna work more on his mouth, and yeah, I don't think it like sometimes little things don't need a nose, and it makes it more excuse me, enchanted. Gives it more of an enchanted vibe when it's missing a nose or whatever, because there are no rules. There are no rules when you're drawing fantasy. Jordy likes to say that too, because you know, when you're creating a wood spirit, there you don't have to, you know, because there's ways of, you know, breaking down the human face and stuff. An eye, your two eyes are one eye width apart, and there are ways that you learn that you can, you know, draw things, you know, proportional wise. But when you're doing fantasy, man, it all goes out the window, and you can just give her. You can just give her. So that's what we're doing here. For the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers logo. 26 people. Thank you guys very kindly. Matt Carves, hello everyone. You're back, brother. Baby Kisses is here. Hello, Baby Kisses. Thank you for coming back, Matt. Appreciate you, brother. So, as you can see, not a lot, not a lot done since you were here, but this is kind of like how I work. Kind of methodical and slow, but sure. Well, that's how I carve too, I guess. As you guys have seen, lots of things I do that, you know, you can save a lot of time and steps on if you don't do it, but I do it anyways just because I like that feeling of being totally sure. Like how I like to use a little carbide cutter to cut in lines and stuff. Lots of times you don't have to do that. You can do things easier, but for me, that's just how I do things. Baby Kisses is here. Matt Carves left the video going. Just been making a video. Oh, cool, Matt. Can't wait to see it. And I'm a member of Matt's channel because I know that everything that this man puts out and shares with us is very, very important, and you know what he shares with his creating. It all benefits us greatly, you know. And I appreciate that, Matt. I appreciate your teachings and I appreciate your time. And I'm sorry I don't make every member's video and stuff, even though I'm paying for it. But I just want to support you, even if I'm not there for every video. I just want you to know, man. You have my admiration and my support. And so do a lot of people. See? All those people saying yes. Hello, Matt. Matt with a heart. Grumpy. Me too, Matt, says Baby Kisses. He's a great friend and role model to have. I've made quite a few in the carving world and just the art world in general. Maybe I should have went off the butt of here. I feel like this needs here. We need like a leaf or something in here. So I might come off this S and do something. I don't know yet. But we need something in here. I might be able to like maybe come off here and have a little viney thing come out the back. I don't know. But the design isn't like totally in stone yet. I may do something in here because I just feel like, well, maybe, okay, spirits is a P. Maybe the bottom of the P could come out here with a little branch. That's maybe what I'll do. You see? Because the bottom of the P will have, you know, this proper font shape, and then I can have that in behind bust out and have a little tiny branch there. If that would look cool. There's things that we should try to build skill. The shark was really cool, Matt. Yes, Matt, I found Matt's library of videos. That was when my carving started to level up, says Woodworkers. It's the truth. He could be an art teacher for sure. Yes, he could. Well, he is, yes. He is properly trained in the arts. And I did it too once. Just a funny story is that when I was living up in northern Alberta with my aunt and her kids, the high school that the kids were going to, they took art and music out of their curriculum because of budget cutbacks and everything else. And it's just, plus we were in this like bumble frick town out in northern Alberta called Hines Creek. And it's just this old little tiny high school that's been there since the 60s. And I was out there living with my aunt anyways. And I was just being like, you know, Roman Wowwy, you know, living out of a duffel bag and working whatever jobs I could find and stuff. And whoever needed hired help. And so I'm like, me and Ada were out and having a couple puffs and a couple glasses of wine one night with some of the people that were teachers at the school. And we started talking like we could volunteer and teach that thing, no problem. And this is for grade 10 at the time is what we were talking about. And so by the time that party was over, I was a grade 10 art teacher. No, I actually did art 10, 20, and 30 all in the same year in high school because I excelled. And they were like, I went to this weird inner city high school in Edmonton, Alberta, that if you could do like multiple years of work in one semester, they would let you. And so I did all mine. So I'm got my full high school art. And then I actually went to art college for almost one first semester, but I dropped out because I just didn't have enough money. It was just too hard to do. And the way how they charge you for the school and stuff, you have to almost work at the same time to make it happen. But they give you so much workload that having a job it was impossible for me to do at the time. I was still too rambunctious and stuff and partying and everything, so I couldn't make it, and after you miss so many classes, they just give you the boot. So I have some university that was the College of Art and Design in Calgary. And so I went to that for a while. So I do have like a little bit of training in the arts, nothing like Matt, but long story short, here I am in this little tiny high school, and they showed us the curriculum of what the kids needed to learn, and then left it up to us to figure out how to teach those fundamentals. And I was really good at that. Like when it comes to shading and stuff, well, you do still lifes and you teach about shading an apple and yada, yada, yada. And I basically just used things that I learned in my high school, my art 10, 20, and 30, and applied it to this. And I taught art for the full semester or the full year with my aunt. And it was really, really cool, man. And I was an awesome teacher to have. The kids would come, we'd break out the ghetto box and put in this trippy, music that I had that they didn't have. And we had like crazy freaking Sarah McLachlan dance video, like CD that had this crazy techno, tripno music. And it was just so much fun. Everybody in the school wanted to be in our class all the time. We put out couches and stuff, and it was a really, really cool time. And that's just a little thing about Wowwy. I did art 10 and did that. So that was fun. Nice math teachers would let my girls teach the classes. That's fun. But yeah, I was a cool teacher to have. And then out back, go out back, and there were a couple kids there that, meet out by the railroad tracks at lunchtime and have a little chat and a little sit and a little puff, and then go back to school. And I wasn't bound by all these rules and stuff because I was a freaking volunteer. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun. But, man, it's all about inspiring and teaching what little I do know, And the kids were just so receptive and stuff. And then seeing them and their projects, that was kind of the beginning of this whole having a YouTube channel, was that I knew that how that, like, turned my gears, right? And I just loved it. I just loved giving the project and then seeing what they brought back and seeing the inspiration and what they made, right? So that's what I knew of when I really started considering having a YouTube channel. That's where I always kept on going back in my mind and my heart, was how I felt doing that art 10 class. So it was fun. Yep, smoke a little doobie with the art teacher. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I was a fun teacher to have. So, folks, we're almost, when we get to 120, that means 2 hours, right? So we're almost at 2 hours. I'm sorry if I'm sniffling. I just get excited and I start sweating, and off camera here, I'm trying to wipe my brow and blow my nose and make sure I don't blow nothing on the frickin' drawing. It's crazy doing these lives. You just never know what's going to happen. But we're almost at 2 hours. So I think that's pretty cool that we, got that much in on the drawing and just, explaining my processes. And I sure am going to be happy when I can start shading that. But I still have to ask what the other admins and what the group thinks, if they like this whole idea and design and where I'm going. But I think they will. Yes, yeah, I'm glad you made it too, brother. Smash that like button, guys. I think we got 35 likes. That's doing pretty good for Wowwy'z world. I'm really, I used to teach Kiwi sports to my kids in the 20s and taught horticulture to adults in my 30s. Oh, so you've had the old teaching bug before, eh, Mark? Do you know how to make a drawing dance? Blow a little boogie on it. That's funny. I can totally, sometimes sometimes I use this. It's a fingerless glove, and I'll wear that on this hand, because I'm usually, and it's on there already, but that saves from you smudging, right? Especially if it's, if you're sweating a bit. So that's in my drawing box, and just in case it ever does, if it's too warm, I'll put that on just to help from, because you don't want moisture on there. You don't want anything to smudge your work. Sometimes you make the wrong smudge and you can't even erase it. But yeah, I got a box that's like my drawing box, and it has rulers, it has graphite powder, and it has these wiggly wobblies, and then like my really good pencils are back there. My matte, I have these matte, these Faber-Castell black matte pencils. Do I have any here to show you? Well, it doesn't matter to show you, but they're black matte finish. So in pencils, after you get up to like 3B and 4B and 6B, the darkest leads, there's a reflection that happens. And it's not always, but it's just on different angles of light, right? And I found these pencils that eliminate that reflection. And they go up to like, 12B. And B is like the softer. There's like HB, and then you can go up to in the B's, but then you can go up in the H's. And the H's, so if you have an H2 or an H4, those are really, really hard leads that are very, very fine. But the B's are the soft leads and for the shading, right? So if you get like a 10B, like that's super dark black. But yeah, these new Faber-Castell ones, they don't have that reflection, so I love them. And that's what happens, is that when it comes time to do all the shading, folks, I start with those different pencils, and then you start bringing it in. And then like the rules with shading are like anything. Like if you have like areas like this, areas that go down in the cracks of the face and stuff, well, that's where you shade. You shade in those areas that are deeper in, and where the shadow goes. And then you just, you start with those deeper spots that are in here and stuff, and in behind that earlobe. And that's how you start to shade. And when you start that and you start doing it in layers, it becomes alive, and all of your value and your depth and stuff and all those fun things come into play, right? So yeah, it's like the shading is like a part of the whole drawing that's just so much fun, and it's so rewarding, because that's when you can really let things come to life. I just get off on pencil. I get off on all art, but when it comes to like my true blue loves will always my true blue love when it comes to art will be pencil drawing, because it's been that way ever since I was old enough to hold a pencil. Literally, like since I was like 2, I've been drawing. And in the beginning, I really liked, of course, like Disney and stuff. We're all inspired by, kind of the same sources, but Disney, like the really, really old school Halloween cartoons, and those old things with the, how they used to have the old music and the kind of jazzy music and stuff, and like the really, really old like 40s and 50s cartoons. I just loved those, because I loved the way that a gnarly old tree looks, and I love the haunted, like I used to draw cemeteries with the old haunted tree and a bird in it and stuff. And this is when you're like 3 and 4 years old. I was drawing these things, and for some people were like, "Is this kid right? Like, why does he always want to draw cemeteries?" But it wasn't because it wasn't because of the death part of it. It was because I love the tree, basically. So when there was this book that was called, oh yeah, Trent does charcoal carvings from the Facebook group. He's a great carver too. Yes, and Trent Humphreys, he used to have a YouTube channel, and it didn't kick off. And I watched some of his videos, and they're really, really good drawing videos. But it just kind of went quiet, because if you don't continuously upload, the algorithm kind of turns its back on you, right? So he started it, but he's had that channel since way back when. So now, with the urging of the woodworking group and the Kindred spirits, we've all been saying, Trent, you gotta like make a carving video, man. So he's reboosted it, and he's been starting to upload reels of his carvings. So please, if you see Trent Humphreys, and I think it might be Trenties or something, I'm not sure what the short handle is, but Trent Humphreys, if you search that, you'll find him. And he is very, very worth, like, he makes my drawing go, he puts my drawing to shame. He is really, really good, really good. Like my friend Colin, who sometimes I mention, who sometimes comes to the live call with Alexander. He is just amazing, man. And I love I don't see having lots of really, really talented people around me. And like, I don't see other people like that as, competition. I had years of my growing up where I was, a bit of a prick, and thinking that that's how you get by in this life is, the good guys always win last and stuff. And I tried living that way, and it just wasn't for me. It wasn't who I was, and it wasn't, my true self. So now I just encourage, man, like, I see it as, hey, I got another creator. Let's blow smoke up his butt, because I want him to succeed just as much as I want to succeed. And I truly mean that. When I'm supporting you, it's coming from the depths of my heart. I'm not doing it just for show. And that goes for every one of you guys out there. It doesn't matter if you're just started and you're just starting to get into creating. It don't matter. I support you fully with all my heart. Yep, check him out. Please do. He deserves it. And he really, he really deserves a chance. He really deserves a chance, because I know what it's like when I first started, I thought, oh yeah, because I'm making my own music, and I got this cool concept in my studio and my creation station. Like, how could you not love this? This is going to blow up on YouTube. It ain't like that, right? And so when I saw that he started that channel, but it didn't, and it frizzled off, it really, it hurt my heart. And I really want him to succeed. So please do check him out. I appreciate it. Missed the song first time around. Cool. Oh, did you hear that? Sorry, but if you guys know Wowwy, the guitar and Wowwy go hand in hand. And there was one year there where she was like, it would be, if you could make me a birthday song, brother, that would just be the cat's ass, right? I was like, birthday song? I can make a birthday song. And she deserves it. She's I call her tribe mama, right? Because that's kind of like how she is. We got tribe sisters. Suzanne's there. Michelle Bailey's there. Sophie, she hasn't been able to be with us because she lost her mom, and she's been dealing with all that. But Sophie's a tribe sister. But Amy Jo, I just said, no, you're tribe mama, because she's, she's just got that inner personality. And she's like the biggest loving mama, to her kids and stuff. And I've seen that, and I've grown to be friends with her. And yeah, it just suits her. Tribe mama it is. There it is, Mr. Trenties. Thank you, Spike. Thank you for doing that. Just sub to Trent. There's the link to Trent's YouTube. Thank you guys. Yes, if anybody who could do that for me, I appreciate it. And I do talk to him. I helped him with his making his suction box for his workshop. And he did this awesome paint job on it and said, suck it. And he made these awesome, cool upgrades to my design that I showed him. And he made it one hell of a suction box. So I was proud of that. But anyways, we have a conversation in Messenger referring to that time. So I'll go on there later tonight and say that look for a couple new subs because we gave you the shout out in WIP Wednesdayz. Wowwy'z workshop. And we still got 21 people. So that's pretty good, guys. Like I really appreciate you guys watching for while I draw, because I was worried about that. I thought maybe nobody would want to see it, and because it's not, fast and exciting and flashy and stuff. It's slow going, but it's all part of me and the workshop and what we're doing here. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Cheers, widow. I do appreciate it, brother. We're here for you, Wowie. Thank you, Perry. Tim says, no problem, bro. Thank you. Thank you. My mod squad, I really appreciate you guys being here and watching over everything and doing that for me. I made Amy Jo one today because I figured, hey, it's her birthday. So she's got the blue badge on now. So watch you guys' stuff. Because Amy Jo's in the house from the mod squad. And yeah, I just really appreciate y'all. You know what? The more I look at it, I'm thinking this side of this little S here, that might have to come out and just have a little lick of a leaf. I think that might be where to come off right there. She's a good choice. Happy days, says Spike. My birthday is June 20th, Wowie. Get that song ready for Perry. Hey, I'll make something up for you, brother. Black Widow McCarthy says, we appreciate you, bro, very much. Hey, man. I appreciate you, man. Yes, this tribe is the best around. Really appreciate y'all. Much love. And my wife today, it's like I said before, some of you might know it's strike day for my wife at her work. They're currently battling new owners that are trying to take all of their rights away and everything else. And she works in the medical industry as a phlebotomist, I guess is the proper term. She takes your blood. And yeah, it's been really, really hard on her. So I know she'll be home soon. So I'm going to have to go and do my daily chores and do all the things I do every day to make it nice for Katie when she gets home. That's kind of like my job. Since I am in the situation I am, and I'm a house husband and I'm here every day. So like some people could do these chores in 20 minutes and have them all done and over with. But for me, I stagger all of my duties out throughout the day. And that goes from, doing all of the garbages and the dishwasher and sweeping. She's really big about sweeping and making the bed. She's the most finicky woman when it comes to how the bed is made. But I do each and everything for her every day so that when she comes home from that shitty job when everybody's mad and everybody comes in there and they're pissed off because they have to get a needle, or they're pissed off because their doctor's paperwork aren't right, and they lash out on Katie and the other girls and the other people that work there. And frick, man, she goes through so much, and she's just such a kind and gentle soul. So when she comes home, man, I have everything ready. I have candles lit. I have her doobie rolled. I have it all ready for her. And that's just how our lives are. And she deserves it. The honeydew list. I feel you, Wowie. I'm in the same boat, says Tim. Wowie, that's awesome of you, says Michael. Matt is an absolute gentleman. Yes, Matt is. You're good on you, Mr. Dibbs. Thank you. You're a good man, Larry. Thank you. I know we're all good people in this tribe. And if you could get your wheelchair, Spike, that would make my birthday great, says Perry. Yep, we're all in that with you, Spike. We're going to make it happen. And like I said, I'm going to contribute every month when and how I can, because you need that. And shout out to Jordy. I know he doesn't really watch these, but shout out him. He made that video, and it really helps because he's got the eyes on there that all it takes is one person. You know, well, no, it takes everybody collectively, but if that one person who has the deep pockets sees it and has the money, you know, has the means, it could change the whole thing. And that's what I'm hoping for, you know. I don't get a lot of views, but I'm going to make a special Rally for Spike video. You know, I'm going to continue to post it onto my Facebook profile because we're going to make this frickin' happen. It will happen, brother. You were right. You are damn right about that. We will get it, says Tarek. Yes, we will, Spike. Much love to you, brother. We all love you very much, man. You're very important to this group and to a lot of people in this social media world. We've all become family, and we're going to help you get there. Perry says, I shared the link on my Facebook page. Wicked. And I'm thinking like maybe, and I did it and I highlighted it, and I get 3 highlights a week or whatever, so I'm going to stagger it. And that whole highlight thing, that can really like improve your views, Perry. If you do that @ thing and then click it, like highlight will prompt up when you hit @. And that can make a lot of more people see your post on Facebook than if you don't use the highlight thing. Big love to all the tribe, says Spike. Spike has been there since day one, since I came along. Yes, with so many of us. And me as well. Spike's been here since the beginning. Carving Wizard said he is the reason I started YouTube. That's awesome. That's awesome, Perry. Tribe strong. That's right. We are tribe strong. And you're not in it alone, Spike. And that's just what I love about this whole situation, guys. Is the collective, the family, you know. Big love to all of you, says Spike. Yep, much love to you, brother. Much love to you back, man. So, I don't know if I'm going to draw much anymore. What I was rambling about there is that Katie gets home soon. And so I got to get them honeydew, it's the do it to it list. I got to get my do it to it list done. So, for the next couple of minutes, we'll just thank everybody, and I will hit the camera while I'm taking a pull off my tobacco. And we'll see how I do with the, I got to get that New Year, New Leaf thing finished. And then after that, I start my steampunk challenge piece for the Geordie's challenge. I'm actually part of that challenge. Well, there hasn't been much said about it, but I am part of the challenge. And I'm donating this as my prize for that challenge to Carving Fusion. It's flocked on the bottom. Two Brothers, One Vision. That's one of my very special nomies. So that is going to be my donation prize for that challenge. Sophie's here. By Dilemma, thank you for coming. Sophie is here, guys. How are you doing, sister? Much love. I have to say, we've been missing you. We've been missing you, and we've been all talking about you and sending the love. Are you off, Mark? Thank you, Mark, for coming. Really appreciate you, sir. Yes, Sophie is here, guys. We love you, sister. We hope you're doing okay, so. You just caught me at the end of this live stream today, but Man, am I ever happy that you got to come in and check in with us, because we really love you so, and we're all with you. I know this is a really trying and terrible time that you're going through, and it's a thing that we all have to it's a burden we all have to bear in our lives. Well, most of us do, and we just want you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. So Wowie, I just seen you Robert's toy. Did you see mine? I did a small video. No, a mail video. No, I didn't see. So I'll have to take a look. Cat's P says, love to all. I'm sorry for your loss, Sophie. Yes. You're welcome, sister. You're not alone. I know it feels like it sometimes, but we've all been here, and we've all been sending so much love to you. And Johan. And your family. And your mom. Because her vessel is not here, but her spirit is still living stronger than ever. Our souls are eternal, and I believe that with everything that I am. And your mom is not gone, and you will see her again. She's just on another part of her journey. Spike says, I still speak to my mom most days. They are never truly gone. No, they're not. Tim says, agreed, Wowie. Yes. I believe that with all that I got. All my heart and soul. Yes, our souls are welded, so you're a very important part of this tribe. You're a very important part of the tribe and member of the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers group. We all truly, appreciate you and adore you being part. You always bring so much to the group, and we're a family. Thick like pirates, and I know pirates were not necessarily the best people. They did some unsavory things, pirates did. But when I say we're like pirates, we're thick like pirates, well, but when it came down to pirates in their own little clan, they stuck together. And that's what we were like. We love you, Sophie. Yes, we do. And I hope you can feel it. I'm just seeing a couple little things here. Like I said, I'm doing that squinty thing, letting the finished piece speak to me and guide me. You can kind of see some lines up in here and all of these wrinkles, but I'll keep at it. I will keep at it, and we will get this logo done and get stickers and t-shirts and all the great things that come with it. I have a special connection. I have the owl on the beaver wood, so happy that I have that. Yes, Tim, you got a really special piece from Sophie. Let me come over here and hit this heart. These are for So. We love you, So. $4.23. Well, that's pretty good. I think we did pretty darn good on that drawing live, guys. I don't know if I'll get like the one time I did when I screwed up on the very first carving video of Labra, and I couldn't get the orientation right, and then I did most of my carving like hunched over and the camera was at my back. That vertical live stream got over 1,000 views. Jesus. And it was the one that went wrong for me. But still, I've never gotten that many since. And I keep thinking to myself, was that my chance? And I blew it because I screwed up the orientation? But no, it's okay. It's okay. Wowwy'z gonna get another chance. But yeah, that was pretty funny, man. Yep, a great live, Larry. You're very welcome, Sophie. Thank you. Great idea, Wowie. Thank you very much, Aiden. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, Josh, the electric whittler. I appreciate all of you. I think this is going to be a pretty neat little outcome. I'm going to put those weird, you know, the little lumps that are on the certain mushrooms. I don't know the word. It starts with an A. Type of mushroom. Take care, everyone, and God bless you all, says Michael. Thank you, Michael. Take care of yourself, sir. God bless you back. Love your Labra, says So. Thank you, So. I knew you would, and I knew what you were doing and what you were having to go through. And each time I would be finished working on them, I would think of you and think Sophie's really, really going to love you when she, you know, gets back and sees you. So thank you, sister. I really appreciate that. Stay safe, Michael. And stay safe, everybody. I'm going to start rounding up and going to call this one good. Like I said, I have to get stuff ready for Katie. And hopefully she had a pretty good day. So I just want to thank all of you guys. Thank you so much for coming. And, you know, the drawing. I promise there'll be more exciting lives in the future coming down the road. What I almost said it and then I rambled off that I'm going to work as much as I can from now until next Wednesday on the snail. But my next live might be finishing the snail with all of the color that I told you guys I was going to do. So we'll see. We'll see how work on this goes, and we'll see how that goes. So it's kind of up in the air for next Wednesday. But regardless, Wowwy'z going to be here working on something, because that's what WIP Wednesdayz. So Wowwy'z workshop. That's what we're all about here, guys. Looking forward to seeing the drawing develop. Catch you all on the next time. There's Tim. Love you, sister. Thank you for popping in. I really, really appreciate it. Later, tribe. Stay safe. Carve deeper, says Spike. Thank you, sir. We're going to get you that wheelchair, brother. All of us together. We're going to make it happen, man. Goodbye, Josh, electric whittler. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. It really, really means a huge lot to Larry, to Wowie, and to Two Brothers One Vision. I know Darren's out there watching, and we love you too, Darren. Get feeling better, bro. I love you very much. From trees to these, later. See everyone, says Matt. Have a great night or day there, Matt. Thank you for popping by. I appreciate you, man. Yes, Aiden, enjoy your evening. Hope you have a nice beer. Kisses to you, So. Thank you. Thanks for the entertainment, man, says Vijak. Well, thank you, sir. I hope you subscribe and enjoyed. Appreciate you. Everybody say hello to Vijak. Vijak. Sorry if I didn't say that right. And I hope it was a little bit entertaining. So I sure like having you guys over in my living room. Have a great night, Matt. Thank you, everyone. And with that, good night, folks. Just let everybody, folks, say good night. I'm going to hit a couple more hearts. These hearts are to all of you for being here. Thank you all. Much love. We'll see you next Wednesday, folks. Wowie out.